Zeka did pilot it very well. As the always warranted, because that is the lights. Alistair locked in now. Enduro gonna have to find something good. Nautilus does make sense when it comes to the Vi. Rakan, another consideration here. A lot harder to reliably get on top of Ezreal in particular.
I kind of like the Rakan because it also takes it away from Fearless Draft so that the LIKE can't just play it in game 2.
Yeah.
His champion pool, like his top 3 picks, especially his top 2 of Rakan and Alistair, you kind of just... He will take over games solo as a support player, so I think, you know, thinking about the Nautilus could have been another choice. That's a lot of hard CC for some of the, those champions on the other side that are going to be jumping around very slippery, like Ezreal, like Aurora. But instead, just taking the Rakan away.
And I also think the Rakan-Vi combination is really strong, right? Rakan can really easily follow up, kind of bolster the CC that Vi already has available. There's a lot of damage.
Game HANWHA Life Esports up against Gen.G. Let's hop onto the riff right now. Alrighty, off we go. Game 1, NAAFIRI was left open. Notably, Gwen was banned. I was fed some stats by Ox yesterday. He said that NAAFIRI has an 80% win rate in the LPL, and it gets picked pretty often. So it's very strong. Gen.G elected to allow it through, going for the 3rd ban of Gwen instead. And we'll see how that works out for them.
Looking at the setups here, nothing too crazy. We do have PTA from Overruler and Viper. Do think that the MF should be fine, trying to apply as much pressure as possible here for Gen.G. As always, as it is with these Ahri and Vi compositions, it's going to be about how much can you get in the mid game? Can you get your objectives? Can you start snowballing? Either of
those 3 golds.
I know.
It's huge. Every time. Delight, just a simple combo on the Duro. Again, I really don't think that they can fight over this, but HANWHA Life Esports might try to force it anyway.
Trying to look for a steal, maybe. Just get the one with the smite, but he really shouldn't be allowed to, and it looks like HANWHA Life also knows this. This is a 4 versus 4. Chovy, Zeka both have their ultimates available.
I mean, there's an opportunity if they could chip away at Gen.G, but instead Peanut just going to get knocked up here. Does go into his untargetable state there with his W, but Canyon just chipping away, looking for the smite steal is Peanut, and he will not get it. So 3 go the way of Gen.G. Not a lot of back and forth action, not even really either team committing to any kind of engage. Just ends up being a fight over that last grub, which Gen.G will win. Or actually, no, I will. He is making his way back down towards it, thinking about setting up some more vision around there, or maybe just a gank on a mid here, as Zeka has gone a bit too far forward, as this is Ahri Vi, and he is not able to dash out of the way of that combo, as First Blood is given over to Chovy quite easily. Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, you know, you were talking about side lanes, like the Jace would love to have, you know, 4+ grubs, of course. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be a huge win condition, especially if he's going into the Mbessa. So might as well just pick up the first dragon, give her over the grubs, and look towards the bottom side of the map. That is just fine, as you do have this very fed Chovy Ahri in the mid lane that you can play around as the game comes along. Gen.G currently about 1,300 gold in the lead as well. You can see the majority of that is in mid, but also the top lane.
Leandries, while being really beefy as Zeus.
Yeah, he's pretty far up the lane as Canyon just waiting for the exact right moment to go ahead and press his R button, as that is a very easy punish. Not knowing if the NAAFIRI was still there. Zeka on the top side, and again, the Ahri Vi comes together for this kill as Zeka, he drops down the ult, but it's not enough to get away. Even the ramping damage doesn't take out Canyon, and it's just another Ahri Vi combo, as here comes Peanut looking for blood. Can he get anything going here? Maybe onto Chovy, as there's the ult. He does go in, but again, Chovy pretty tanky, as it doesn't look like he will get out of this one though, and a big shutdown does go the way of Peanut.
And even with the charm, I think Chovy knew that he was definitely dead. That's still a huge win for Gen.G though. You get the kill, you trade one for him, you get the turret as well. Only downside is that you won't be able to immediately turn this into a Herald. It looks like Gen.G instead is playing towards the bot side of the map. Should be able to pick up the Dragon here instead.
Trying to make something happen onto Ruler, but again, he has that BT finish, and he has plated Steel Cap. So Viper trying to do damage to Ruler is just kind of funny at this point in time. It's not a real thing. Peanut was able to pick up the Rift Herald, though. Is going to make his presence felt in mid. But, okay, trying to get in now as Duro is going to stop that attempt from Delight. Here comes Canyon. He's got not his ult available, but could try to at least tank up this turret for Keen. And it is going to push him away from the turret and get them a lot of damage done to this turret. Duro now coming on down. Here comes Peanut as well on the chase, looking for a bit more, but that is Rakan. Peanut's still continuing the chase and still making his presence felt. He said, you gave me the NAAFIRI, I will make you pay for it. But now there's 4 members of Gen.G and Peanut has to flash away. And the MF comes in and just punishes him. Peanut not respecting Gen.G. And he gets clapped for it as Delight as well. Another casualty on the board. Seen it a lot over at the LPL so far. It feels like Peanut really tried to force it in that last one. He's like, this is NAAFIRI, this is what I have to do. Instead, he just kind of looked like, you know, very silly instead. So, little charge here from the Rift Heralds. Does a bit of damage, but it's not game break.
Greatest, but it's 20 seconds till the Dragon. How alive? They're here very early. I think it's going to give you opportunity as the TP comes in.
Well, Delight trying to bait the engage onto him, but that TP from Chovy pretty far a bit away. But when he gets there, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with as Duro does go in. The ult from Ruler, not the best, but Duro will go down, and Chovy not able to do too much so far, but NAAFIRI, Peanut does hit the ground. Zeka incredibly low himself, and Gen.G's wallets just a bit too large for the side of HANWHA Live Esports. Only Vipers here. He couldn't join the play. It was just too far away from him. It's not even his fault as he gets taken out as well. It is an ace for Gen.G. It's okay. We'll get there. She's still supporting the Platinum Katarina one trick. And we'll see how that support does go. As, yeah, Gen.G are just very massively ahead. Like, you can see what HANWHA Life were trying to do with this draft, including the first pick NAAFIRI, which I feel like is still a good idea. I don't really feel like the draft was a huge issue for them. But now, Gen.G just, gonna blow up the Mbessa. Not very tanky at this point, as Zeus, obviously, so he just gets one shot by a massive safe of gold on top of his head. Chovy is Ari, so even though he took a little bit of damage, he's totally fine. The flash on in from Delight, but can they actually kill Ruler? He just ults in their face, and they're not able to do anything to him. As, Zeka gonna hit the floor as well, and Viper is gone. That is a clean ace. We're only 23 minutes in, and Gen.G have already declared the game theirs.
Yeah, nice little Hail Mary there from HANWHA Life. I like the call. You're gonna lose this game. The fact that Ruler is just standing there face tanking like this. Jace is in the bot side of the map. Peanut lost shown there as well, but they just don't have the damage. There's just no initial follow-up. And unfortunately, this was always going to be a 4 versus 4 at best. Like, Keen isn't even really necessary because the Mbessa died. But unfortunately, even that, the goal was just too big. And Gen.G coming out swinging here in the first game of LCK. Now, do remember, going back to LCK Cup.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very telling.
It's not that we were saying they weren't that good. It's just that they were so close and they barely couldn't get that first place. So where can they improve to get that? To wrestle that first place back, you know?
It was also the way that they lost, like both the Vayne and the Ornn game, they felt really bad.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it happens, you know. Teams are learning Fearless as well, so some of the choices weren't exactly the best in the drafts, but now we're going to have another fight, and we'll see how this one goes as Gen.G just totally pull off of the Baron. Duro gets low, but that's the only guy who's going to get low in this fight. So, yeah, Peanut and the rest of the boys just kind of run away. Delight thinking about an engage here. They still have Otacon, so yeah, you're only getting a little bit of gold even if you do force them to withdraw at this point. So
Hail Mary number 2.
Hail Mary number 7, it feels like, as Chovy. Okay.
That's a tank.
Yeah, well, they exhausted him, and that didn't do all that much. Nice little flash on in and hammer back onto Zeka as well. Looking pretty fun. This game is a done deal, and I think that Gen.G are having their fun as well and are trying to send a message that when it comes to best of 3s, we are on top, actually. We're the better team. as maybe HANWHA Life Esports a little bit of a first stand hangover, but all the props going over to Gen.G as well, as especially Canyon has made this Vi look incredibly strong. And eventually they will get Viper, surely. Oh, nice. Good play.
It's correct, right?
Yeah.
To wait as long as possible to kill him there. But it also is really funny.
Yeah.
So it kind of works on both levels, which I do appreciate.
He didn't want to get disengaged coned.
Yeah, you need to make sure you actually kill him, right? Otherwise, it's so awkward.
Might actually die eventually, or get withdrawn, you know.
Facts. Well,
Yeah.
was it, if you had to, explain that.
It was very funny. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Don't
Anyway,
know if you're speaking the
Hex
truth
Tech
or not.
Soul
Come
will
on,
be
man.
taken by Gen.G. I mean, what haven't they taken in this game? I guess, you know, that one set of grubs that they gave over to Peanut kind of as a consolation prize. Oh, he went untargetable. The NAAFIRI. Yeah. It's a 2-level difference in the jungle, and it's a 17,000 gold lead for Gen.G. So eventually they'll just press their buttons and put them out of their misery after doing enough mental damage as well, as another charm is going to land. Chovy just not missing those today. And yes, Gen.G have finally had their fill. They have had their fun, and they will end this game. Surely, okay, they're going to kill NAAFIRI, they're going to kill Peanut one more time, and then they'll take down the Nexus 24-2. The kill score as Gen.G send a message.
Game, and I think HANWHA Life is going to be extremely happy with what they have here. The blind Aatrox for Zeus, no surprise whatsoever. Imagine that he is going to go for the electrocute style again, particularly given that this is not a great matchup in the pure 1v1. And if you look at the Gen.G comp in isolation, I think that's a good comp, you know, kind of does everything.
Yeah, it's pretty classic.
But then
you know?
you look into what HANWHA have, I think you're not feeling too hot, right? You have so much front to back power. You have the only thing that really they're lacking is reliable engage, but the range for Gen.G is pretty limited. It's really just Chovy and Ruler to a certain extent with his rockets, but I think Brom is going to negate a lot of
Shut
that.
them out with a 2-0, or will HANWHA Life strike back?
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
Here we go, game number 2, and already Zeus is giving Keen flashbacks.
That's electrocute.
that finals. Yeah. His Aatrox was pretty good into 280 carries.
He is just, he's the Aatrox guy.
I think Duro might die here if he doesn't immediately run south. He's positioned to do that, so at least he's going to get away right on time.
They're not going to spot the invade. So
There was
see.
a question mark.
We see the pings. I think they have us. You're playing into Ash Brom, right? You know that an invade is quite likely.
Yeah.
You can
Hello.
see Peanut or Canyon rather waiting, not actually walking too far up. So nicely done here. We'll see if they can set up a cross map here. A split map is still great for HANWHA Life because it allows Viper and the Light to just play like absolute psychos and go really hard in the 2v2. So I think they're going to be on the champion.
Yeah. That is a very good question. Well, we're not going to learn about it just yet. As the flash comes in, Ruler, the tanking from Delight, excellent as well. He does flash away from Duro, as Viper still getting to work here onto this Nautilus. Even a rock going to hit him in the face as follow-up dive potential, but you don't have to do this, but it looks like they do want to go ahead and go for it, but he just gets knocked into the wall. There's the shield as Peanut. The last auto after the flash as Viper gets executed. It is a big win for HANWHA Life in the bottom lane dive. They pick up 2.
Colossal play there for HANWHA Life. But the fact that Peanut, they know again, Kenyon's on the top side of the map. And now his play basically has to work for Gen.G not to be in deep trouble. And this alone isn't going to bail him out, but Zeus will be big.
The flash hop for the slow. Zeus just going to accept his fate. Yeah, he could have maybe flashed, but says, nah, I'm dead. As the level 3 Corking Yank going to work out.
I kind of wonder if he flashes, because Buddha didn't have flash, right? Is all Keen. This is exactly what happened to Zeus in the last game.
Yeah, and now you got Brom here. Keen might just be dead. He doesn't have the flash. So fast forward here from Viper. to execute him. Does take down the Gnar. And now you've got the same lane. You don't win ever. Even with Viper chunked out, Ruler has also taken a bit of damage. So you see now Peanut here on the top side just shadowing the bot lane. They know where their strength is.
Get an assist, but doesn't actually get the kill, which I think is really what they were looking for. Canyon has been farming up a Storm, though, which mainly is building an experience lead. Obviously, the kill and assist mean that we do still have Peanut ahead. They have to fight, right? Like, you have to play for these skirmishes. You don't really have a choice here as Gen.G to not opt into this, but I don't think they're feeling too great about it.
I mean, at least Canyon got the smite on the Grub. Chovy level 6, so is Zeka, as looking for the engage. Peanut getting pretty low as he does not get over the wall, and the divide comes through from Chovy. That's going to be 3 kills for Gen.G. As HANWHA Life, they say, this should be our fight for free. They do not respect the damage of Gen.G, and they get punished.
And it's a teleported.
Our Viper and Delight trying to use that level 6 with the arrow, but it doesn't amount to too much. As now, trying to make something happen here onto Delight. Level 6 first for Duro. Delight is trying to hop on over, but he's not quite able to, and Viper is just going to be given on over, as he does not have his flash. He's free food for the Azir. Yeah, it's definitely been a big flip, and now we're looking for a fight on the bottom side here. Keen is low. Zeus desperately trying to get an execution. Not going to happen, and now the Impale. But who's winning this fight? Delight and Peanut do 0 damage, maybe negative damage, and Keen's got Mega Gnar, so they just have to back away after the Impale that does nothing, just trying to pick up some kind of scraps after yet another lost fight. We talked about a bit of mid-diff, you know, Chovy faster on the roams, but I also feel like the reads in the team fights are just not there from HANWHA Life. The communication is not there, and Gen.G look amazing. They're playing fantastically. They deserve all the wins that they're getting in these games. It's now Zeka getting a bit low, trying to trade back with the laser, just can't quite match Chovy just yet.
And goes for HANWHA Life, just doesn't quite seem to be ready, as it's not the end of the world for HANWHA Life. I do think that this time around, I give them a big edge when it comes to the 5v5s. Even as good as Gen.G's comp is, I do think if HANWHA Life can actually play with the Delight and Peanut in the front, but if they fall too far behind in the lanes, and they just never get to have any prio, like how realistic is the chance of you actually getting a clean 5v5?
I mean, it might just end up like game 1, right?
Yeah.
Where the lead just becomes too large that
we're getting there.
HANWHA Life's comp, it
this
does.
was really good for HANWHA Life towards the top side of the map, but no objective is going to spawn anytime soon. As
these guys are so good at dodging skill shots. Like, they're both throwing good ones and just both dodging everything. As Keen, though, is going to go mini. He's got Canyon on the way, but that is a Xinjiao. We even got Viper here as well. The World Ender is in. The arrow going to hit Canyon, but he is Xinjiao, and he does go for that ult. Peanut looking for the Impale, and he is going to get him with just the edge of that one. Keen does get taken down, as Zeus does get his revenge. Not bound to happen. Infernal Drake spawning as well, so Canyon saying maybe we should fight over this objective instead. At the moment, though, he has to run into Peanut as the Impale comes through.
No flash.
And no flash. He is Xinjiao, though. So he does press his R button himself and does get away. Zeus also pretty low. Duro on the left side getting caught out big time, and he doesn't have flash either, and that is just a free Nautilus, as that is what we were expecting the Nautilus to do in this game. Although Peanut now going to be caught out himself, gets stunned up there, and down he will go. And so that's actually a winning trade for Gen.G at the end of the day, because they re-enter that brush, and Gen.G immediately punish.
Not Peanut's best day. I'm going to blame on his old teammates being here. You know, the pressure is just too much for the old Tiger.
Maybe it's Minju in the audience. He's just really nervous.
Could be.
You know? You have been doing this for a while. I am surprised you don't know if he's died yet or not. But yeah, no, I don't think he died in game 1. So he's doing pretty well for himself. And yeah, with that, I mean, Gen.G, they got the Infernal Drake, and now they're getting the Rift Heralds. Again, the gold is even. But just based on the way a lot of these fights are playing out, it does feel like outside of the one Duro mistake, Gen.G are playing smarter League of Legends today.
It's a big win as well. This Chovy, are they going to really look for a play here?
Oh god, that arrow is going to hit him right in the face, and the Chaos Storm is right on top of it. And so that's an easy kill on the Chovy. Thought he could stay safe under the turret and be able to dash away, but the arrow just caught him off guard. So a nice play from Viper to land that one. We do have the Rift Herald in mid.
Yeah.
And a big wave. So at the end of the day, Is this a win for Gen.G? I mean, How Life, yeah, they got the kill. They took down Chovy. That's nice. They got that, but they lose their mid turret. And they don't have any pressure top because Delight took a massive chunk. And we might get another, oh, just barely not, as he runs out of time here. And Canyon not able to get another charge.
Takes like a turret shot and a laser to the face. Just walks it.
Certainly one of the stronger souls in the game still. Let's see, though, how much pressure we get on this, as Ruler is already doing a crazy amount of damage to Viper. He has hit his spike of 2 items. Whereas the Ash a little bit more of, you know, I provide engage, they have damage elsewhere. The arrow this time going to sail wide, and Canyon, very tanky, is going to tank up a lot of this, but does get stunned. They're still continuing to go in on the Xin Zhao as Duro in the front line as well. Zeus gets in, and the Impale is big, but Toby lights up 3 and locks them down. Peanut as well over the wall will be taken out eventually, and they were just all baited until Chovy got there and put them in the ground.
It's spring and Chovy is here, ready to play some video games. Didn't even use flash for that, by the way.
Oh, Zeka.
Oh, Zeka.
Oh, Zeka. Oh, my boy Zeka. Yeah, he's dead. That is a shutdown over to Ruler. So you wanted to see the team fights to really see where this game was going, Chronicler. Yeah.
Man.
Hey, you know, Delight was caught up a little bit on the controller. Duro, he is not going to spot Zeus hopping the wall, and so will take a huge amount of damage, but Root comes in, and guess what? He's taking up the damage! He's not going to die this time, but it is Zeus who does get baited by it. This gets burst. He engages into a Nautilus, assuming he's safe, and it's only Nautilus. But the rest of the team shows up so quickly that Zeus is just dead, doesn't even get to flash.
And that's a costly death. That's going to be... You can't play both sides of the map. Keen is TP available. Can join at a moment's notice, and there's the T flank.
No, they're going to catch Toby. He does go into the Zhonya's, but I think they might have the damage. Toby, he does get the split, but now Keen shows up, and that might be enough here for Gen.G. It wasn't a clean fight, but it's still a win, as Peanut picks up 1,000 gold on that Corky. Ruler had a gigantic shutdown to be taken here. And yes, Gen.G, it's, you know, 3 kills for 4 kills, but, you know, for Hama Life, they stop the Baron. They have TP coming in. Peanut is, well, he's okay. He's trying his best. He's putting in good effort, guys.
He is a Scorpion.
Yes, he's playing the Skarner champion. As Keen, he wants more.
Is Zeus just dead again?
Says Zeus is easily baited.
Okay. Gen.G could have lost the game there. Peanut actually gets the grab mid-attempted shuffle. I think Gen.G is still going to game. Like, I don't want to go too ham.
Yeah, that was going to die.
That was definitely a point where Gen.G could have lost, right? If Keen's a little bit slower on the TP, if they don't get to stall Chovy with his stop, or if Chovy doesn't get to stall with his stopwatch, if they don't have the damage, Peanut can try and go for this.
Yeah, he's going to catch Zeka here up against the wall, and even if Keen died, it doesn't matter. It's worth. They take down the Victor, they take down the Braum. It's a double kill for Ruler, and he's going to enjoy that. 9 kills in this game, and that will be Baron, unless Peanut does something, but
yeah,
not going to happen.
My bad, I said Peanut can go for this. I meant Zeka. Zeka also fought that, clearly couldn't. As they have to try something, right? The Baron is getting... Oh, we're going back. So this is the first one again. So again, Chovy doesn't actually get to do his combo, gets cancelled, then fortunately does flash out so that he gets a shuffle. Well, the shuffle, if Viper doesn't die there, like I think that there might actually be a turnaround opportunity there. But instead, he just kind of ends up going down. And this is the second play where Gen.G is in a much better position. Peanut isn't here because he got taken down. Zeka walks up. Keen just throws him into the wall.
Yeah.
That's going to be the Baron, and that is probably the 2-0 about to be locked in. Gen.G repeating the feat that they were capable of in the first series in LCK Cup. Man.
And the series looks kind of similar. It's a beatdown from Gen.G. It's not very close. I mean, this game was close for a while, but then it wasn't. As here comes Chovy, level 17, and guess what, Duro? He's baiting them all in, and he dies. He fulfills everything. He does his to-do list, including the death at the end, as the rest of the team follows up and picks up the kills. And it's just over. 29 minutes, Gen.G will take down the 2-0 here on a HANWHA Life, as it looks like Ruler will be punished for playing with his food there, nice and pale from the side of Peanut, as Chovy and Canyon, they want to continue to send the message, but the Nexus dies first, and that will be the end of this series, the first one of the LCK.